Hello, everybody. Welcome. As you can see, this screen. Don't know what I was going to say there, but you can see my screen. I can see you looking at me, looking at the screen, or vice versa. I can see looking at me, looking at you, looking at the screen. Let's get right into it. I like Dragon Ball Z. I like anime. So I'm like, hey, you know what we should do? We should rank Dragon Ball Z's anime specifically and some of the mangas in here. Don't worry about that. But we're going to rank these sagas on the tier list that I found. Obviously, I didn't name these myself, but they have God, Awesome, Good, Meh, Bad, and I added one, the Haven't Seen or Read It, because there are some in here that I have not seen or read, and I don't know. I don't want to put them on a list if I haven't like seen or read them because I feel like, that would just not be fair to the people who've actually put in the time and the effort to do this. Without further ado and all this yapping and kind of dreading on, let's get right on into it. I did move the pictures around because they were really out of order, and I do believe that these are in order. They might be kind of slightly out of order in the Dragon Ball section. If I'm looking at that correctly. Yes. The Dragon Ball section's a little off, but that is okay. Now, we're going to start off with the Pilaf saga or the Son Goku saga because I know some of these are like mixed together, I believe. Some of these sagas are mixed. So, starting off with the Pilaf saga, I'm going to give this a solid good, very good watch. I wouldn't really say it's awesome per se, but that could be because I'm kind of biased towards like more fighting in Dragon Ball. But this one does have a really good like um character growth section for everyone else besides Goku in this, because in this saga it is revealed to the rest of the crew just exactly how Grandpa Gohan perished within the series. So seeing everyone else know that and keeping it from Goku really pushes the boundary of like, are these people actually being good friends, or is that a bad thing to do? As because they truly believe that Goku couldn't handle knowing the secret that he is the reason why his grandfather is no longer in the world of the living. Overall, Pilaf, he is a good villain in the sense of being like a goofy villain. Like he does do bad stuff, but he's a good villain in the sense of I'm doing this not because I have a sad backstory or not because something like bad happened to me as a kid, so I realized the whole world's bad. No, he's just a rich dude, or like a rich. I think he is a full grown man in this one. He is a full grown man who's rich and just wants to rule the world. That is simply it. He's just greedy. There's nothing else to it. That's it. If anything, he has more humanity than he puts on. Like he does feel bad. He does get like feels guilty about certain things, and it is funny to watch. That's why I said this arc overall is pretty good. Moving right along, I do believe this is the first martial arts. Yes, because Jackie Chun is in it, so I'm assuming this is the first. Because there's a couple of these. I think it's this one. There's one more. Yeah, so I think this is the first one. I'm gonna put this up here in the God tier, and some of you might hate me for this. I absolutely love the first World Martial Arts tournament, the Budokai Tenkaichi, or the I think it's the Strongest Under the Heavens. Both reading and watching this, because I watched it first and then I got the manga and read through it. It is such a good arc. Seeing the master who knows that his disciples are going to be too strong for a lot of these people sets himself up to be someone else. So, like, without ruining too much, I guess, because all you know is that there's Jackie Chun. Jackie Chun is a very, very good fighter. He is putting everyone to just pushing them to their limits. Like, I'm going to show you what I can do as this old man, but I'm going to push you to your limit to try to hit me, to try to get me to the ground, to try to make me submit. The entirety of that arc is so good because you genuinely get to see the characters struggle. Because if you're watching this and you've seen Dragon Ball in any way, shape, or form, the characters struggle from time to time, but not that much. They'll struggle for like a couple episodes, like maybe 10 max, before, oh, I can do this now, or I can do this, or I thought of a way out of it. In this, from start to finish, the whole tournament, there's something cool that happens throughout the entirety of it with each character. And that's what I really liked about it. This will always be top tier to me because of that. And this is what really like hooked Dragon Ball specifically in for me, because I have seen Dragon Ball Z once all the way through, multiple times out of order. Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super once, and then I think what else am I missing? I think that's it. The movies I've seen a plethora of times. But Dragon Ball I've seen once and read through once, and both times I thoroughly enjoyed it once I got to this arc specifically because it is just so well done. And I will argue that I will perish upon this hill. If this is a bad take, then it is a take I will stand on. 10 toes dug 6 feet down. Anyways, going on to the next saga. I thought this was all one saga at one point, but as I sat there and thought about it and just, from reading the episodes while watching through it the first time, these are split up. And this one's kind of weird because it's multiple and you can't see where my cursor is. But this one right here is really interesting to me because they have multiple characters in it, even though the character right here is completely different. The General Blue saga, if I'm being honest, is just kind of like meh. Not good, not bad. It's just meh. You do get to meet Arale, who is a very funny character, who is a very overpowered character because she's a gag character who's just there to make fun of people, be super strong, just be goofy all around. Very meh. In all honesty, General Blue is just kind of here to reinforce that the Red Ribbon Army is really bad people, but I don't feel that bad or any sort of way towards General Blue. I'm not saying, oh, if he had more screen time, he'd be good, or if he took him out, the anime would be good. It's just overall, I'm okay with him. He's not a big bad in the sense of he changes the whole dynamic of the show, but he's also not a big bad that just gets one-shotted and the whole thing is over. No, he actually makes Goku, struggle a little bit. He makes Krillin struggle a little bit. I think he actually beats up Krillin pretty good. But the reason I put him at meh is because, like I said, he doesn't really change the vibe of what the Red Ribbon Army is that much. It's only there to they have people like this because he has telekinetic powers. I think it's telekinesis? The telepathic. It's telekinesis because telekinesis is when you can move stuff with your mind, which he can do. He can paralyze you with his mind, but it's very short time, but it's enough time for him to do damage, stuff like that. Like I said, very meh. Not like it's bad, not like it's good. It's just something that pushes the show forward. And I think that's what I'm going to keep meh at, is it pushes the show forward in any way, shape, and form. Next up, we have the Red Ribbon Army as a whole, it looks like. It's just the Red Ribbon Army saga altogether, which I want to say this is with the mixture of, from what the picture is depicting, which I don't know why I said that twice, just from what it's depicting, it is General Blue, Mercenary Tao, Commander Red, and is it General Black? Is it General Black? Because it's Commander Black later on. Spoilers if you don't know. But this overall, I would put at awesome if they're including all those characters altogether. And it's just like I said, overall, it's awesome because you get this. I think they're the only villain that's multiple seasons besides Piccolo. I want to say, yeah, because the Red Ribbon Army is one of those things that you will find later on in the show. They're the reason for a lot of stuff throughout Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. A lot of stuff happens because of that corporation. And just in Dragon Ball, the fact is that everyone's scared of the Red Ribbon Army. Everyone knows about it. And there's this kid Goku who just doesn't care. He goes in and starts throwing hands with everybody, but he actually struggles against them. Mercenary Tao. Now, growing up, I played the games, whatever, as a kid, young teenager, but I didn't watch Dragon Ball until I was an adult, a full-grown adult. But I've seen things out of order. I've played the story mode and seen that out of order as well. Excuse me, I'm really burpy today, I guess. But like I said, Mercenary Tao is probably one of the coolest characters in the show because of how strong they make him the first time you see him. Now, if you don't want spoilers, cut ahead until you see me move General Red a little bit. So this is me practicing. When you see me move him again, that's when you can cut back forward. So, Mercenary Tao damn near almost kills Goku the first time they fight. He's probably the first character in the entire show to put absolute hands on Goku. Even Master Roshi, when he's portraying Jackie Chun in the first World Martial Arts Tournament, didn't put that much of a whooping on him. Mercenary Tao legitimately almost kills Goku, and the only reason Goku survived was because that Dragon Ball was in his sash or his gi. not sash, but yeah, in his gi, and it was right where his heart was. And because the Dragon Ball is indestructible in the Dragon Ball universe, that's what they say in the manga and the anime of Dragon Ball. I don't know if it's changed in Dragon Ball Z, but in Dragon Ball, the ball itself is indestructible. He gets hit with that Dodon Ray, and that's the only reason he's alive. It is insane. Like Mercenary Tao just manhandled him, made Goku go up the Cordon's tower, go through all of that training, come back down, and he puts the whooping on Mercenary Tao that time when he comes back down to the point where Mercenary Tao goes up, drinks the water, thinks he's super strong, all this, that, the third, and it's just crazy. I really enjoyed Mercenary Tao. And then the rest of the Red Ribbon Army really is cool because you see a lot of, how do I explain it? Like power switching, I think is the word I'm looking for, where there's a lot of people who get just dropped like a sack of rocks off the face of the planet Earth, people betraying other people just in the namesake of power. And it's overall really awesome, like just arc. And I probably would watch it again over all of these, except obviously the first World Martial Arts Tournament. I watched the first World Martial Arts Tournament, I don't know how many times. Such a good arc. But moving right along. Commander Red, I'm going to put in good because I think this one's out of order. I think you meet Commander Red first. So I think it was Commander Red first, then Blue, then the Army. Commander Red's good because it sets the foundation of there is someone there. Like there's someone who is in the shadows watching Goku trying to also use the Dragon Balls without like revealing too much about themselves, and you know it's like this evil corporation, but you don't know what they're capable of. So it really does set up like I said, the foundation and the next couple arcs to follow. It does a really good job. I thoroughly appreciated it for what it was. I thought, like I said, Dragon Ball was very fun. It was a very fun watch. Honestly, I could probably watch it again because it has a lot of good, funny, comedic moments. But the story moments that actually like propel it forward are very good. Moving right along, we have Baba's Palace, which I'm going to put this right at the awesome arc. Now, call me biased if you will. This is one of the very few that story-wise, it does push it forward, but it's a very short amount of time, which is unfair to Commander Blue because Commander Blue, same thing. It just pushes the story forward. But the only difference, and the reason why I'm putting it at awesome, is because you meet I don't think it's Dracula, but you meet a vampire, you meet a mummy, you meet Gohan, and you meet Devilman. Now, for some of you who don't know, same thing. If you don't want this ruin, go ahead and as soon as you see me move this white picture again, the next one, just move right along. But this arc in Baba's Palace, you get to meet these 5 different champions or 4 different champions, and we have to, I believe they have 5 chances to win, or they have to win all the matches, something like that. But no, I think they'll have to win if each one of them loses. I think there's 3 contenders, but you have to win 4 matches. But if you lose all 3, like if you lose all 3 of your people, because it was Krillin, Yamcha, and Goku. So if all 3 of them lose, then that's it. But as we see the vampire who I believe beats Krillin, and then we see the mummy who beats Yamcha, but then Yamcha beats the vampire, Goku beats the mummy, and then he has to fight Gohan, which we find out because I believe, is Gohan the last fighter? Actually, no, I think it's Devilman then Gohan. Yeah, I think it's Devilman first, then Gohan. But Devilman has arguably the most overpowered move in the entirety of Dragon Ball. And if you don't believe me, let me give you a minute to just sit there and let me explain, right? Just listen. Devilman has something called, I believe it's the Devil Might Beam, which he depicts it as if you even have an ounce of like evil in your heart will expand until it explodes. So if you don't have like super regeneration like Cell or Boo, we don't know what that details. Like, we don't know if that works just because you're evil. We don't know if you can resist it. We don't know. And we don't know if it will continuously blow up your heart if you're regenerating because you're constantly coming back as evil. But he has one of the strongest moves in the entire show. And then the whole fight with Gohan, the reveal is so heartwarming and sad. And I do believe that Gohan here does look at Goku's friends because I think he thinks like, oh, has he seen a full moon? And they're like, yeah. And I think he puts his finger up saying like, shh, don't tell him. Just let him live peacefully, knowing that, like, letting him just be ignorant to the world. Like, let him live blissfully, knowing that he's the, like, not knowing, I should say, that he's the one who took my life. Overall, very awesome. Much like the Red Ribbon Army, I would watch that little tournament 5 days out of like 7 to give myself a break on the weekends, you know. But moving right along, second tournament arc. So the second Budokai Tenkaichi within the series, easily, and awesome. A lot of these tournament arcs are phenomenal. And the order that I put these in doesn't matter. There's not like, oh, this is first, this is second. No, they're all the same thing throughout the entire row. The second tournament arc, introducing Chaozu, introducing, what's his name? Nam, his cool ability, introducing Tien, Master Crane, who is the rival of Master Roshi because they were two students of the same master. It's just so cool because you get to see probably one of the best fights in the show, which is Goku and Tien, which ends in probably one of the like funniest ways, in my opinion, throughout the show. Like usually fights in this are very definitive, like, oh, my opponent died, my opponent got knocked out, he gave up. No, in this one, Goku straight up loses because he hits a car. Like they hit each other out of the ring, and the announcer has to follow them in a helicopter. And as Goku's flying through the air, boom, he gets hit by a bus, I think is what it was. And since he hit the bus and hit the ground before Tien hit a building, Tien by default wins. And that's a feat in itself. He beat Goku in a tournament aspect, which is phenomenal to me. It's super cool too because you get to see Tien be not the guy you're used to, of him being like this zen, very peaceful guy. Because in this, he's an assassin. He's very dirty fighter, but not in the sense of like throwing dirt or poking you in the eyes, hitting you in the groin. No, he like breaks your bones, hurts you so you can no longer fight, can't get up, stuff like that. Overall, even the fight with Krillin and Chaozu was really cool because Chaozu had the the telekinesis power as well, so he can hold you in place. But he lost because he doesn't know basic math. Because in the Turtle Hermit way, you have to learn how to read, write, condition your body, how to rest properly, how to eat properly. Whereas the Crane school is all about power. So you have to fend for yourself, find your own food. So there's like flaws to that one, you know. But overall, solid, like I'd say 8 out of 10. Probably even a 9 out of 10, if I'm being honest. I genuinely love that arc. Moving right along, I am going to put this, when it comes to Dragon Ball, that this arc is a god tier arc. Call me biased if you will, because Piccolo is my favorite character. But the Demon King Piccolo arc, out of every character in Dragon Ball, this is the only character that took over the entire world. So while Goku was all beat up, waiting to like rejuvenate, Piccolo took over the world. Came the ruler by making the ruler of the world step down and him take his throne, and he blows up a city just to prove how strong he is. It's just phenomenal. The first time him and Goku fight, he's massive. And I mean like huge compared to Goku. And he technically kills him because I do believe that he either made his heart stop or his heart was so quiet that Piccolo couldn't hear it. Which I think he made it his heart stop because I remember Yajirobe coming over to see him, in which we can introduce Yajirobe too, which is funny. We find out Yajirobe is actually a good fighter in that part of the show because Goku's like, oh, you're pretty good at fighting. What are you doing out here? Oh, he's just likes living off the land. He's a wilderness man. Demon King Piccolo was an absolute monster. His kids are the reason that we get the death scene with Krillin, Chaozu, Roshi. Like, he takes out big characters. And he just overall was just putting hands on everybody and everything that moved. This is where we also get to see that King, like the backstory is that Master Roshi, Crane know who he is because Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, is the reason their master died. Because their master, I forget his name, I'm pretty sure it starts with an M, used the evil containment wave, trap Piccolo in this rice cooker with a seal on it. And when Roshi tries it, he misses. So when he misses it, Piccolo comes out because Piccolo's terrified of that technique, and he's making sure that anyone who knows it gets just absolutely wiped off the face of the earth. So he goes after Roshi. He bluffs to Piccolo, or quote unquote bluffs Roshi, or Piccolo thinks that Roshi's bluffing to him when he's not. He uses it. Piccolo gets mad, but when he misses, he kills Piccolo, kills Chaozu, and then he kills Shenron after getting Eternal Youth. It's just insane. It's such a good one. The ending of it too, I like. Oh, he dies, but he shoots out one more egg, and we don't know what it is. We just know that there's a child of his coming his way. We also get to find out that um he is the evil half of Kami, and Kami gets introduced, I believe, at the end of the Evil King Piccolo arc. Kami is the guardian of Earth, and he trains Goku, and it's one of the like, three most one-sided ass whoopings Goku's probably ever gotten in this series, like Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT. I mean Dragon Ball is like the first part of it. Because like I said, Mercenary Tao beats him up, King Piccolo whoops him, and then Kami just flicks his finger and sends him flying. But yeah, it's super well done. I very much enjoyed it. I really liked it. Finishing up and wrapping up with the Dragon Ball. This one's gonna be kind of hard because the final, quote unquote, final tournament of the arc or of the entire series. Uh is this awesome or is this God? Cause I really didn't see any flaws with this one at all because you get Piccolo, who, depending on the depiction, he's either a reincarnation or he's the child of Piccolo. And people say I think it's in the dub, he says he is the child of Piccolo, Piccolo Jr., but in the sub or the actual thing, he's the reincarnation of Piccolo. So Evil King Piccolo put the rest of his body, or like his spirit, I guess, into the egg and shot it out and made himself anew. But because this Piccolo was on Earth and saw all this stuff, and he saw people being greedy, this, that, whatever, he became evil again, just like he did before. And with that being said, I really much enjoyed it. The final fight with him and Goku, him fighting Kami showing up and pretending to be a human. The more I talk about this, the more I put it up here. These three arcs I could watch. Like, these are probably not even arguably, these are my favorite three arcs. First tournament arc hooked me. King Piccolo, I was just waiting for this to show up. And the final tournament arc, really seeing Goku struggle. Like, if you want to see him struggle, dude has what? 2 broken legs, a broken arm, a hole in his chest, barely alive, barely holding on to consciousness. Oh, he's just struggling through and through. Has to really put on Really put on the gas pedal. You also see him come back as an adult, like taller, instead of being a little kid after training with Kami. He beats Tien in their rematch because he has weighted clothing and he's just overall a faster, stronger fighter. Super well done. Super, super good. Move right along into Dragon Ball Z. This one, Saiyan arc, right here. It's going to be right here because the first couple episodes, you get to find out that Goku is an alien, and that is a shocker. Like, even though you know that he's not human because he's like this guy that turns into an ape, but no one else has that power to turn into a big ape besides maybe Oolong and Puar, who are shapeshifters, you get to find that he is part of a very, like, I guess, evil race of aliens. And not only that, but they're trying to recruit him. The first one's his brother. You find out he's got a brother. He teams up with Piccolo. Like, the whole thing is so cool. You see him struggle. You see Piccolo take Goku and Raditz out. Then you see Piccolo start changing his heart after training Goku's son, Gohan. And which, if you don't know, Gohan's name, Goku's kid's name, comes from his grandfather. And then Piccolo ends up sacrificing himself to save Gohan. Then him, Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha get to go train with King Kai, which Goku does perish after Raditz. He comes back after training with King Kai and Snake Way. Then he's a couple hours late. Or no, he's late because the Saiyans showed up earlier than normal. And then you get to see him fight Nappa and just manhandle him, struggle against Vegeta to the point where Gohan, Krillin have to jump him, and then Yajirobe shows up. It's so cool. It's so well done. And then this is what that was interesting. They did the whole Namek arc as well. The whole Namek arc I'm going to put up in awesome because, one, I genuinely, as much as some people I see like harp on the Ginyu Force, I wish they were more serious, but I do love how like much of a threat they were besides Goku. The more I talk about this, I'm going to put down an awesome. This is why I wish this was switched, because the Namek arc is the Namek saga is a bunch of arcs put together. So the arc of the Ginyu Force, right, would be an awesome. But Frieza would be up here. So overall, because there's Frieza in it, I'm going to put up here for God tier, because Frieza gets jumped. What? Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, then Goku fights him. So overall, yeah, I put this guy God tier. I would watch the Namek saga as well because you get to learn about, the Namekian Dragon Balls. You get to learn about Guru, Nail, Dende, Piccolo's heritage overall, Kami's heritage overall. You get to learn about Frieza and what he's about, the Frieza Force, the Ginyu Force, which is part of the Ginyu Force, Zarbon, Dodoria, Pui. Is it Pui or is it Kui? I think it's Kui. It's Pui. But like overall, it's another another arc in Saga. Overall, I would watch. Very much enjoy it. This next one, I think, is the Future Trunks arc per se. I want to say, or like the Mecha Frieza arc, and I just think it's one of the ones that like is good. I only think it's good because it's so short. Because you get to see this new character come out of nowhere, turn Super Saiyan, absolutely manhandle Frieza like more than Goku did, and just slice him up, blow him up, whatever. Because Vegeta, Krillin, everyone on Earth thought they were going to struggle. This guy just shows up, slices him like sashimi, and blows them to nothing. So overall, this is good. It's better than just a meh, because it really pushes the story forward. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I honestly think it was good for the story. Like I said, it's above General Blue because I don't feel indifferent about it, really. It's actually really cool because you get someone who's from the future, who's lived a different timeline, and is trying to help our timeline more than his, because his timeline's already went through it. So it's like, oh, this is like a selfless guy who's doing this to save us, but not himself. Moving right along, go on to the Android Saga. Easily an awesome saga. I love everything about it. Once again, reintroducing the Red Ribbon Army, Dr. Gero being the one who was there during the attacks, and we find out that his son perished during those attacks because of Goku. Goku is the reason why, obviously, the Red Ribbon Army doesn't exist anymore. Gero survived, made these androids where him and another one could absorb energy and just keep absorbing ki blasts and everything and life force, whereas the other two have unlimited energy, which I thought was interesting that he had two different androids, which is pretty cool, but still interesting that they didn't have all the same abilities. But then you get introduced to 16, which, if I am not mistaken, he is not fully programmed. By the time they wake him up, he was supposed to have more programming, and he wasn't supposed to be a combat droid, like a combat android. He was supposed to just be there. But just overall, it was super cool. Seeing 17 put the absolute hands on Vegeta, then seeing, I know it was 18. 18 put the hands on Vegeta, seeing 17 put the hands on everyone else because they were supposed to stay out of the fight was cool. Overall, it was just a fun time. Watching Gero run away and then waking up the other androids just to be betrayed by the androids because they don't want to go back to sleep again. Overall, I enjoyed it. Loved it. Would watch it again. Call me biased all you want. Cell Saga is god tier. Absolutely. Having a guy who literally eats the essence of characters, phenomenal, terrifying, making him transform, even scarier, making it so that he's smart enough to manipulate Vegeta. He's smart enough to get into like other people's heads while fighting them. Like, he's such a good villain in my eyes. Not just fast, strong, and hits hard. Super smart, super intelligent, has everything he wants to put together, right? That's all I really got to say. Plus Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the Cell Juniors, Goku sacrifice. It's overall just, it's such a good arc. Like, just overall, I enjoy it, and it'll always be in there. Like I said, the God tiers I can watch any day of the month, week, year, whatever. I will watch those once a day if I had to. Just watch an episode out of each thing, just if I could, Moving right along, Super Saiyan, man, it's meh. I don't feel bad about it. Don't feel good about it. It just pushes the story along. It's not like like I said, like General Blue. It's not that it's good, not that it's bad. It's just meh. I'm indifferent, and it just pushes the story along. Next up, we have is this technically the Capito Kai arc, or like the tournament arc-esque thing? I can't remember what this like whole thing is here, because I know it's the tournament again after 7 years of Goku being gone. He gets 1 day to join the tournament. Vegeta hears that because Vegeta gave up fighting after the Cell Saga, and for 7 years he didn't fight. I don't even think he trained, really. He might have, but he never fought. But after that, he hears Goku's coming back, puts on his weights, and starts training his son. Like, we need to fight, whatever. And I do believe it is this specific saga where you see Vegeta punch Trunks out of like reaction, because he tells Trunks, if you can hit me, I'll bring you to the park. And he hits Trunks, or Trunks hits Vegeta, and he gets mad, so he punches Trunks back, and Trunks starts crying. And Vegeta, being Vegeta, instead of saying, I'm sorry, he goes, well, since you want to go to the park, would you like some ice cream too? Yeah, then wipe those tears away. And I'm like, yep, I've been in that situation. Like I said, overall, it's good because it's very heartwarming to see Vegeta actually like be more human, down to earth. Because the only time you really saw him show emotion back then was with Frieza when he was dying, crying to Goku saying, I need you to finish him off for us, for your race, even though you might not like us. but it's something you have to carry because you're Saiyan like me. Saiyan blood runs through your veins. And then when future Trunks perishes or dies by Cell, you see him get mad and blow his cap because that's his son. He lost his son before he dies. And that's something that no father, mother, parent in any sense wants to see. Overall, good. Like I said. Next up, we have, I believe this is the Babidi saga because Buu isn't in it till the end. This one I will say is good because it introduces a cool concept and a big bad evil that shakes the foundation of the entirety of the series. I very much enjoyed it. What to say? I think that's it. I just really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's very cool. Dabura has probably one of the coolest abilities he has one of the coolest designs in the show. He's probably easily in my top 3 favorite design characters in all of Dragon Ball because of just how cool he looks. He was the Demon King at one point because he perishes by Majin Buu. He spits on you, you turn to stone. He's such a cool character. Next up, the Majin Buu saga, actually. It's kind of the same. It's Big Boo. I feel good. I don't feel like it's an awesome saga because, I don't know, like I said, it's better than meh. It pushes the story along. It does have entertaining moments. Super Saiyan 3 was super hype. Gotenks was super cool. Seeing them go back and forth. A lot of comedic stuff in it. It was very good overall. Very good watch. So, like I said, it's not an awesome thing. It's it's bringing something to the table, but it's not what you expected it to be. When you watch it, you're expecting Boo to be this big bad guy, but he looks like a giant baby who kind of is acting like a child. And overall, you meet Mr. Hercule Satan, who's the champion of the world of the last 7 tournaments, I think it is at that time. Is it the last 7 tournaments? Because they say he's the champion for this many years, and I believe it's the year after Goku and Tien fought each other is when he started winning and kept winning. But that's when you meet Mr. Hercule. That's when you get to meet the dog whose name I forget. But you see the dog pass. You see Hercule pass after eventually he tries killing Boo, but then he befriends Boo and Boo befriends him and actually changes him for the good. But 2 random humans who want to start a ruckus kill Boo's dog, kill Mr. Hercule, and Boo kills them, brings them back to life, brings the dog and Mr. Hercule back to life, but starts losing his temper bad to the point where Evil Boo shows up, and this is where we get into the Super Boo arc. The Super Boo arc, hands down, is probably one of the more I talk about it, it's probably not even awesome. It's up here. It's in the God arc. Reason for it, you get to find out the reason why he's like this because Boo pushed all the evil out of his heart, the fat Boo, pushed all the evil out of his heart and his soul and created Evil Boo, which was gray, absorbed fat Boo to get his powers back, becoming Super Boo, who then just starts putting hands on everybody and everything. But I do believe Super Boo still had a, what is it called? He couldn't hurt Mr. Hercule. Because I remember he went up to him and tried doing something, but he couldn't actually hurt him because the fat Boo is still inside of him. And he remembers Hercule's not a bad guy. He's just annoying. But you get to see him fight Gotenks, Piccolo. Who else does he try fighting? I think it's Tien tries fighting him. I might be wrong, but pretty sure Tien might have fought him or tried to. You see him go on the lookout. You see him literally scream so hard he rips a hole through fabric, like the fabric of space and time, because he doesn't get any more sweets. Because Piccolo blows up the hyperbolic time chamber, so they can't get out. They're stuck inside of it. And that's all because Gotenks acted like, oh, I can't beat him. Oh, we're going to die. So Piccolo took drastic measures, and Gotenks transforms and goes, we had this in the pocket the whole time, and starts crying about it. And he's like, well, why didn't you tell me? I wouldn't have blown out the only door that we had. Overall, God tier. Kid Buu arc, dude, it's up there too. As soon as he shows up, the first thing this dude does is scream, blow up planet Earth with everyone on it, start blowing up planets looking for Goku and Vegeta, goes to heaven and starts whooping everyone he just killed, even the ones he killed before as Super Buu, because Super Buu killed a lot of main characters, turned them into chocolate and food, because Fat Buu, I believe, killed 75% of the population. Super Buu killed the rest of the population, and then Kid Buu just blew up the whole planet with the ones that survived. It's just so wild. He's the definition of Black Air Force energy, 100%. Argue with a wall if you don't think so. The super ones I'll jump through pretty quick because there's not much to say. because the stories are cool or the fights are cool, stuff like that. Starting off with Beerus, I'm gonna put it at a solid. We're going off of like anime and manga. I would say awesome because I know the movie they made. They retconned Beerus because I believe Beerus's power at the end of what he at the movie he said he was using 75%. So they retconned that part, and now he was only using, I think it was 6, 8 max, maybe 12 if he pushed himself. Overall, though, having the concept of there's multiple universes. We don't even learn there's multiple universes with the Beerus saga, I don't think. I think we just learned that he is the destroyer. So in his world, he is literally meant to destroy things so other things can be created. Then we find out Whis is his teacher. He's an angel. It's just cool overall. We see him absolutely, manhandle Goku, Vegeta, like everybody. He fought Big Fat Buu, Tien, everybody. Like he fought a lot of Z fighters right away. And we got to see something cool as well. We got to see Piccolo grab one of the angels, which for some of you don't know, that sparked like a topic because the angels are in a constant state of what's called Ultra Instinct, which means their body moves on their own. Some people argue the only reason Piccolo was allowed to touch him was because Piccolo has Kami mixed in with him because he fused with Kami. So Kami is a Kami. He's a god, quote unquote, of his world, but he's a guardian. So they're thinking, oh, he has some kind of god key with him. So that's why we, wasn't able to dodge him because it wasn't a threat. It was just a god key. But yeah. Then moving on with the Golden Frieza arc. I'll be honest, I think bringing back Frieza was a cool concept, but he kind of got beat, and I'm being honest here. I'm going to put him at meh. I don't feel good. I don't feel bad about it. I put it at meh because he got beat the exact same way he got beat originally. Trained, or not, well, he trained in the movie, in the Super movie, but in the Dragon Ball Z show and the manga, he didn't train. He was just that strong, but he had a form that drained his stamina. Same thing happens in this. He gets golden, drains his stamina. So, like, it just kind of feels like, I wish he would have got beat a different way. Kind of pushes the story along. They did have to rewind time with Whis, but only by what I think it was 2 minutes, 5 minutes. But, like, they even took away Vegeta's, like, cool monologue to Frieza to blow him up. Or, like, before he killed Frieza, quote unquote, and then Frieza's like, oh, I'm going to die with you, and blows the planet up, blah, blah, blah. It just pushes the story. Like I said, it's not good. It's not bad. They got cool design. Super Saiyan Blue. I like the name Super Saiyan Blue better than Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Like, if they could have changed the name of Super Saiyan God to just Saiyan God, and then Super Saiyan God is Blue, that would have been a lot easier. I don't know why they did what they did, but whatever. Moving right along with the Universe 6 arc. I'm going to put this in awesome because you actually meet a lot of Universe 6 characters that are actually genuinely interesting. Hit is easily number 1. Kaba is up there too. You get to meet Saiyans from a different universe, how they look, how they act, who their king is, what planet they come from. Another one is what's his name? Is it Botamo? Is he the big yellow guy? You find out that he's immune to like a lot of physical attacks. You get to meet the big robot dude who's actually not a robot. He is an alien that looks like a robot and doesn't talk like. Is it Magna? I forget his name, but he actually makes Vegeta sweat and actually makes Vegeta struggle, which is pretty cool. Also in that arc as well, you get to see Vegeta be a mentor towards a younger Kaba, like a younger Saiyan. And he actually makes him transform into a Super Saiyan before absolutely rocking him with a nasty punch. It's so cool. And then like there's an argument that Vegeta was holding back during the fight because a lot of people got upset that Kaba was matching Vegeta blow for blow, band for band, strength for strength. Next up, we have the Goku Black arc. I want to say this is good, not awesome. No, I'd say awesome because the time travel aspect really, because I think it's awesome more than good, but it has some kind of, it got me confused at one point because when I first saw it, I was confused on how is there a Goku Black. So Goku Black is Zamasu in Goku's body, but then there's another Zamasu that comes from a different timeline to help with him, that fuses with him. It's really kind of confusing, and it's just, the more I talk about it, the more I put it at good. Because it's a good story. It's a very good story that I like, that you have to deal with someone from the future and a different timeline altogether to fight you. But it also has good callbacks, stuff like that. But like overall, it's just, I'm just being nitpicky, I guess. So I guess I'll put it in awesome. Because it is cool to see that, but like, I wish they kind of would have changed it to make it Like a lot of people wished it was Gohan Black instead of Goku Black, and they wish that like some people say that they didn't want two Zamasus being a part of the story, just one. But I still think it's yeah. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put good. It's a good story. It's a good watch. Overall, though, I'm just not saying it'd be awesome because there is some stuff I wish they did differently and explain more. Like, what is it? We're saying Rose. I really wish they would have explained that just more than, oh, I transformed and this is the aura that I have because I'm a god inside of a mortal's body. You could have just easily said it's because a Super Saiyan is pure of heart. They could have easily said that it's if your heart's pure evil. Like if your heart is nothing but evil and you reach that point of transforming, you turn to Super Saiyan Rose. But it makes more sense with like the God key and the God being inside of a human's body because he's beating up the Super Saiyan Blues. Next up, we have a controversial one, quote unquote controversial. Tournament of Power. I don't care what anyone says. This is one of the sickest things altogether. And like I said, when it comes to tournaments, first World Martial Arts Tournament's in here. The last Martial Arts Tournament. The second World Martial Arts Tournament. Oh, no, second's down there. Yes, the first World Martial Arts Tournament. Last World Martial Arts Tournament. Last but not least, Tournament of Power. Tournament of Power, fantastic. You get to meet so many characters. All cool abilities. You get to meet Jiren, Topo, Dispo. I was forgetting his name. Is it Annalisa? Is his name? The dude that like is like a big thing, like a big kaiju looking thing. You get to meet Rebrand, the Love Squad, or whatever the hell they're called, the different Gods of Destruction. You get to see the Gods of Destruction box it out until it's left with Belmont and Beerus, which, if I'm not mistaken, in the manga, it is slightly different. In the end, it is Beerus and that little rat, like a little mouse got it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Super cool. You get to see Vegeta sacrifice. You get to see Goku get beat up a bunch. Overall, good time. Loved it. Everything's great. Next up, we're moving to Broly. Another great saga. I don't care what anyone says. That is probably one of my favorite Dragon Ball movies of all time. Reintroducing a fan favorite character in a whole new light, a whole new design, making him actually canon, making the story be better in a lot of people's eyes, and just making him overall more relatable. And just overall, just a powerhouse still. Like keeping that powerhouse essence of him, making him a monstrous, like, quote unquote bad guy, and just having him put the hands on everyone, including Frieza, because there's a scene where he beats up Frieza for over an hour. It's such a good. I've watched it already. I think 2 to 4 times, and that's just within the last year. Like it's such an easy rewatch. It's so much fun. Love it. Love the characters like Chi Lai, and I always forget the old man's name, but then you get the really cool scene of, hey Broly, you can call me Kakarot, or Goku's accepting his Saiyan heritage and go, just for you, you can call me Kakarot. Because that's who I am. I'm a Saiyan like you are. Oh, it's so good. Next up, the moral arc. Haven't really seen or read this. I've heard a lot about it. I have high hopes for it. I had to guess off rip from what I've seen and heard. Probably going to be in the awesome. Weirdly enough, they do not have the granola arc, which that would be here too, and they haven't seen, haven't read. Both the hero stuff, I have no clue what's going on. Don't know who these people are. It just haven't read or seen. The GT arc. Are these both GT? Is this Baby here? Baby's a god tier if that's Baby. If that's the Baby arc, god tier. This is just the Black Star one where it's just meh. Pushes the story along. Cool to see the characters back, if I'm being honest. Not the biggest fan of it. Baby is top tier. Probably, it is arguably, not even arguably, it is hands down the best saga in GT. The Baby arc, having someone have the ability to take over your friends or quote unquote absorb them, but not in the sense of Boo where you're mine now. No, I can jump to you, jump to another person. You're infected. I now have to fight my son, my wife, my best friend, his wife, his kids, my kids. Like, it's just such a. And then you get Super Saiyan 4 too, dude. Oh, there's so much cool stuff in the Baby arc. And then the designs of Baby, Baby Vegeta, Baby Vegeta 1, Baby Vegeta 2. They're so cool. And then the Revenge Death Ball, all the moves that come out of it, so cool. Super 17, no biggie. I would say it's good, not great. I do love the aspect of finding the 17 that's alive and making an evil 17 and then convincing them to fuse. That's pretty cool, but it seemed kind of uncharacteristic with the 17 who's alive to do that. But yeah, that's why it's good, not awesome. The 7 Dragon Balls, 7-star, or the 7 Dragons, each Dragon Ball. I forgot what the actual arc is called. Pretty cool. Well put together. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do wish that each one of the dragons was actually more of a threat than they were, because I feel like 1 through 5 was just, or 1 through 4 was just bad, because Nova, Ice, and Omega are the top stars of those. Because you have the 1 star Dragon Ball, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 7. The first 4 are just not that strong, in my opinion. They don't really put up a fight, and I wish they did more. Like, even if they kept the designs of them, but made them stronger, like actually pushed each person to their limit, instead of being like, oh, he's the 1 star, it's super easy. 3 star, super easy. But then all of a sudden, Ice Shenron, sub-zero temperatures. Nova Shenron can burn brighter than the sun. Omega Shenron is the calamity, or like the embodiment of evil. What? Like, I just. And then you get Omega Shenron, then you get 2 Super Saiyan 4s, and then you get the Super Saiyan fusion of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then you get one of the most like brutal looking moves in Dragon Ball history, which is Dragon Thunder, both in game and real life, or not real life, but like the show, where he puts one of his spikes on his back through your body and just tasers you, essentially. 1,000,000 volts of electricity. It's overall solid, awesome arc. I love it. Love the saga. Last but not least is the Goku Jr. arc. And if I'm being honest, this is actually a pretty solid arc. These are when all the characters are past. Pan is really old, and this is Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr., and it's very heartwarming. It's just very well put together, seeing the generation after the last generation go, right? So this would be the generation of Pan's, like, after Pan, I assume, 2 after Pan, because she's grandmother. And it's so cool just seeing these 2 fight, going back to, like, they start reminiscing, and I do believe they show flashbacks to other things that have happened in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z all the way up to this point. But overall, as you can see, in my opinion, there are no bad arcs in Dragon Ball yet. I might have to go through these again, but so far I've enjoyed just about every arc. There have been at least 4 that you can see that are meh. They just kind of push the story along. Some that are good, like, oh, okay, that's cool. Wish they were better. The awesome ones, which I'm like, yeah, these are pretty solid. And then the God tier ones, which went above and beyond and would be easily another rewatch for me. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.